All right, a couple different areas we're going to work here as it relates to trigger points in the forearm. So if you've identified you've got a trigger point in a couple of places in the forearm, we're going to catch all of those right here in this same video. So what we're going to do is we're going to catch just the general forearm right here, and then we're going to catch the pronator teres, okay? And then we're going to flip over to the other side of the forearm. These are the extensors. We're going to catch all these in one video. Okay, so you want to be specific to where your trigger point is. So if you have identified a trigger point in this blocky mass, we're not going to get super specific on which muscle it is inside of this mass. All you need to know is that you just need to go find it, okay? So you're going to noodle around in here, okay, because your pain point is probably not going to be right here in the forearm. It's going to be up to the elbow, or it's going to be down to the hand. You just need to know that you need to noodle around in here, putting some pressure through that until you find the spot that's tender, because the tender spot is the spot that's creating the problem. So right here, I've got a little tenderness, so I'll just work there. And you're going to do open and close, and then you're also going to do flex and extend the wrist, okay? Now, if you've identified your pain is attached to pronator teres, this one's more specific and is typically associated with golfer's elbow or medial epicondylitis. You're going to get more specific. You can see that muscle right here as you pronate over, kind of highlights that muscle. You don't need a tool for this one. You just need to be able to find where that rolls over right there, put your thumb in it, okay, and then take your rotations, okay? It's an easy way to get into this muscle. You can trace it down as you go, a little bit further into the forearm. You can get right on the side of this bone and do some activations right there. So just tinker around. It runs on this line right here. And if you fold the hand over, you might be able to see that muscle popping through right there. At any rate, whether you can totally identify the muscle or not, poke around in here until you find the tender spot. Once you do, put a thumb in it, do your rotations. Definitely going to be helpful. Now, for the back side of the arm, there's a couple of things you can do. You can just pinch straight through. So if you've identified you have a trigger point in the brachialis, this is brachioradialis. This is this thick muscle you can pinch through right here. Okay, you're just going to pinch, bend and straighten. Okay, you can knead through that. Just find the tender spots and work it. This is the whole game of trigger point therapy. Match the tender point to your pain pattern and just find it and go to work on that thing. Add movement if you can. If you've identified that you have trigger points in the extensor mass, okay, which is just a little further around, take your lacrosse ball and again, just go hunting. Find the tender spot. Once you find it, flex and extend the wrist. Open and close the hand. That gets all of these muscles engaged. So if you've identified trigger points anywhere in this forearm mass, run through this video, find the one that works best for you, go to work.